because they were heartbroken. They don't want to go anywhere. This is their home.
The Tyson plant gave us notice of a layoff procedure warn notice over a week ago. They'll be closing their facility as of January 20th, impacting 3,200 individuals for the community of Lexington. The general mood of the individuals coming in for our services, of course, is anxiety. What do I do next? Will I have a job? Where do I go? And what do I do from here? Tyson workers make up about 3,200 of the population of 11,000 of Lexington. And so they have a great impact upon the culture, schools, and everything that a community is comprised of.
We just hardworking people. What we do is go to work, come to church. That's all we do here.
These plants have been underutilized, and we have a shortage of cattle out there in the U.S., and because of that, very vulnerable that somebody might shut down. We have a very strong community in Lexington that really is close-knit.
So, we're talking about 3,200 jobs gone in Lexington, Nebraska, a town of only 11,000. That's a massive hit, and this community is apparently tight-knit, built around this plant. It's tough to see hardworking people get blindsided like this, especially when you hear about the company's overall profitability. It really makes you question where the loyalty lies, and it's a harsh reality for these folks.
And very accepting of the packing industry as well as all industries.
People online are furious after Wingstop was allegedly exposed for using Tyson chicken, and many customers now say they feel completely scammed. The controversy exploded after viral videos claimed the same Tyson chicken products sold in grocery stores like Walmart are allegedly the same chicken being served at Wingstop restaurants for much higher prices. Since Tyson chicken can be bought relatively cheap at retail stores, many people were shocked that Wingstop meals cost so much while possibly using mass-produced supplier chicken. As the claims spread across TikTok, Wingstop's comment sections quickly became flooded with angry reactions. Many users accused the company of hiding the fact that their chicken may come from Tyson Foods, while others said they expected Wingstop to serve something more premium. Some creators even posted videos saying they no longer want to support the brand because they feel misled. At the same time, others pointed out that many fast food chains use major suppliers like Tyson, so they were not surprised at all. Some users joked that Wingstop has always been overrated anyway.
This week, Tyson Foods announced that it will be permanently closing its pork factory in Perry, killing around 1,200 jobs in a town of just 8,000 people.
Listen to this.
So as Perry residents struggle to cope with mass layoffs, Tyson Foods has its eyes on a different class of workers. The company is now offering new jobs to asylum seekers in other states like New York. Bloomberg says Tyson's tracking migrants in a massive database.
This is terrible.
They scroll through the data like Facebook. You see a worker you like, tap hire. They even
Fired
have a job
Americans.
fair.
So you were at a Tyson fair in New York City not so long ago where Tyson was basically making this pitch. What did you observe when you went there?
This whole thing with Tyson actively recruiting asylum seekers in New York City while simultaneously laying off thousands of American workers is wild. They're building a database for new arrivals, but what about the folks who've been with them for years? It's a jarring contrast that really highlights the disconnect between corporate strategy and the loyalty of their existing workforce.
They created a database for these new asylum seekers in New York City. So these people would come in, they'd learn a little bit about the company, and for the most part, Tyson had already gone through their various details of their application.
Go. That is a real tornado. Go. That is a real tornado. Go. Holy shit. Oh my God. What the fuck?
If you want a live review of the impact of corporate greed in America, you need to look no further than what's happening right now in Lexington, Nebraska. Hi, my name is Beverly. I'm a Chief Operating Officer and your Chief Empowerment Officer. Tyson Foods, yes, those chicken nuggets, announced that they are laying off 3,000 of the 11,000 people who live in Lexington, Nebraska. 30% of the town is going to lose their jobs. 30%, but that's not all. Because Tyson is the largest employer in that town, there is going to be a projected increase of job losses anywhere up to 7,000 people in that town losing their jobs because of the ripple effects. Everyone, I want you to meet Donnie. Donnie is the CEO of the company that owns Tyson, Jimmy Dean Foods, Hillshire Farms. Yeah, he made $34 million last year. according to SEC filing reports. He gave himself a little raise in 2025 because in 2024, he made $22 million. And while the official reporting from Tyson is that they are working with the workers to provide job support assistance to get them into a transition role and set them up for a new opportunity, we all know what that means. Because come around January 20th, which is when they said that all of these folks will be effectively losing their jobs and the town will start to disintegrate, these 3,200 people will be without a job, and subsequently several thousands more from the closing of...
The CEO pulls in $34 million, and meanwhile, 3,200 people in Nebraska are losing their jobs, with ripple effects potentially hitting 7,000. This is the textbook definition of corporate greed, isn't it? Executives are getting richer while the people who actually make the company run are left in the dust. It's not just about lost jobs, it's about dignity and the destruction of livelihoods for an entire town.
Restaurants, clinics, businesses who rely on that infrastructure from a large plant like a Tyson. Manufacturers, people who work in food processing plants, these are the people who help keep our country running. And while I cannot find any reports on the compensation package that they are giving these folks who are being laid off in a couple of weeks, I know that it's not enough. And you and I both know that it's not enough. Maybe you all as the audience can help me understand this in case I'm missing something. If cattle supply is decreasing, droughts are increasing, and beef sales are decreasing, can you help me understand why C-suite salaries for Tyson are increasing, knowing that they are destroying the livelihoods of an entire town of people? Imagine that. Like you get home from work and somebody's like, "Hey honey, how was work today?" "Oh, nothing much, sweetie. I obliterated a town in Nebraska. That was something interesting today." And I'm working on Texas too, because we're going after those plants. But anyway, do we have pickleball coming up? If you or somebody you love is an impacted Tyson food worker, I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments, either now or following January 20th, whenever you're comfortable. This is a generational misfire by Tyson. There's somebody who I saw in an article who dedicated 35 years of their life to working at Tyson plants while living in that town. Maybe choose a different chicken nugget tonight.
I work 2 jobs, and it is almost so I'm going paycheck to paycheck.
Do you feel like the current administration or makeup of Congress is listening to or addressing that?
No, and I think Donald Trump said that really clearly when he said he doesn't care about the financial status of the American people.
You heard that soundbite loud and clear.
Yes, very clear.
A Nebraska city left shaken as Tyson announced just before the holiday season that it would soon be shuttering its plant in Lexington, silencing the beating industrial heart of the community. Steam pours from the rooftops of Tyson Foods, hanging over the semis wheeling.
Hearing that the Tyson plant closure announcement came right before the holidays is just cruel. It's like a punch to the gut when people are already trying to celebrate. Describing the plant as the beating industrial heart of the community makes it clear how central this is to their identity and survival. The despair you hear in people's voices, saying their lives are over, it's not hyperbole. It's the raw truth of economic devastation.
In and out. To some in town, it may as well be shadows curling overhead.
They feel like their life is over.
The announcement came Friday. Around 3,200 jobs in the city of 11,000 would disappear come late January.
They don't even want to take the holidays off now. They don't even feel like there is anything to celebrate.
A shock for Lexington Public Schools, whose student body speaks more than 20 languages.
Half of our kids have parents that work at the plant. For the time being, just supporting our families, supporting our kids.
It's day by day, but many are still hopeful Lexington can rally through the disaster.
My message is don't panic. Stay strong, and there are resources to help us get through this.
You can find this full story on KTV.com.
Your position will be eliminated as part of a mass layoff resulting from this decision.
This is a letter Tyson Foods sent workers ahead of closing a giant meat processing plant in Lexington, Nebraska, with over 3,000 employees.
Workers found out by a piece of paper they were handed at the end of their shift.
They don't care about us. They only care about how much they can line their pockets with.
You're seeing panic already from families of, I don't know what I'm going to be doing if I don't have a job.
This 61-year-old worker's question, how many companies do you think going to want me to work, really cuts deep. It's a harsh reminder of ageism in the workforce and the terrifying uncertainty that comes with being a long-term employee who's suddenly deemed expendable. It's not just the individual workers, it's the ripple effect on local businesses like restaurants and construction. showing how intertwined the community's economy is with this plant.
Am I going to pay my house? How am I going to feed my children?
Tyson Foods is valued at $20 billion. When they shut this plant down, 3,200 people in this town of 11,000 will lose their jobs.
I have friends whose parents worked there for over 30 years. Their employees deserve a lot more than what they're getting right now.
So right now we're at a job fair that's just down the street from the Tyson plant. This woman and her little girl have been talking to different employers about what opportunities there might be for her after Tyson closes its doors.
Yo tengo casa aquí, yo la compré y pues no sé qué hacer qué voy a hacer con los pagos, con la aseguranza, con los taxes, con los carros. Con todos los biles que tengo que hacer.
I'm 61 years old. How many companies do you think are going to want me to work? This guy ain't going to last very long.
And it's not just the Tyson workers themselves being impacted. I met Alejandro, who just opened a bar and restaurant this year.
Over half of my customer base either works there or knows somebody that depends on Tyson. You know, if you have a plumbing business, if you have any construction, remodeling business, that's it. Those are going to go away. The real estate market is probably going to crash locally.
I would hope that somebody would do something, somebody that has the power or the ability to do something.
Ana Rosa Gonzalez Vargas recently opened her small business too.
It was devastating when I found out about the news. My parents work there, my husband works there. Now I'm kind of worried about what the community is going to look like.
Tyson says they're closing the plant on January 20th, but some aren't giving up just yet.
Have you looked for another job yet?
I'm just waiting till the end, man. I got hope that maybe something will change. One could only hope.
Community members and some lawmakers are urging Tyson to keep the property available for a new company to employ these workers. But they worry that Tyson won't want to do that to stifle any potential future competition in the meat processing industry. Only time will tell if the corporation will do right by their employees, who have given so much to the company for decades, or if they'll choose to maximize profits at their expense. We'll have much more on this story with our investigation coming out soon on our channel. And if you want to help Tyson workers and their families in need right now, click on the donation link in the comments below.
So I'm wondering what you're hearing now from people there about the impact of this closure. It's completely devastating. This is a town of about 11,000 people, and 3,200 are losing their jobs on January 20th when the plant that you see.
The anxiety in the faces of these workers is palpable. A constant dread as the closure date looms. This reporter talks about it like a bomb dropped on the town, and you can see that fear in the schools too, with kids holding back emotions knowing friends might have to leave. It's a devastating emotional toll, impacting every aspect of life in Lexington, from family stability to basic necessities, creating a deep sense of uncertainty and sorrow.
Behind me closes. I talked to one worker who said that this was like dropping a bomb in the middle of this town that sent ripples of fear, anxiety, and agony through every corner of this city. Workers tell me that you can see the fear and the anxiety in people's faces inside the plant that you see behind me right now. They're still working knowing that the day is coming when this plant is going to close. That same deep sorrow can be seen inside the schools. I talked to a student who says that children are holding back their emotions because they know that their friends are going to be leaving. I talked to a business owner who says that people go into her shop sobbing and saying that they will not buy anything other than what's extremely necessary. There is no homeless shelter in this city, but I talked to the director of one shelter in a nearby town who says that this is a catastrophe and he's preparing for a spike in homelessness and also a spike in hunger. I could go on, but I want you to hear some of the people from this town in their own voices. Take a listen.
I feel really, frustrated, scared, and I feel more for a lot of old people, because a lot of old people were there and need this job.
Me da tristeza. Me da tristeza porque nos vamos todos.
She says that she's very emotional because she says that her town is going to turn into a ghost town when Tyson closes. Do you feel like you're going to have to close down your business?
Usually, yes.
You think you might have to close?
Yeah. What I'm supposed to do? Who pay my bills? Who pay my rent?
So why is this happening? We asked that question to Tyson. They say that they are right-sizing. Now, if you're at
Tyson's explanation of right-sizing is such a cold corporate way of saying they're prioritizing profits over people. They're eliminating thousands of jobs, not just in Nebraska, but also in Texas, all under the guise of efficiency. It's a stark reminder that for these massive corporations, human lives and community well-being often take a backseat to the bottom line. This is a strategic move to boost profits, regardless of the collateral damage.
home and you're wondering if the price of beef at the grocery store is going to increase because of what's happening here in Lexington, Chris, I talked to an economist today, and he says that no, that is not the case.
I guess the reason it was such a big deal was that it was in a small city, Lexington, Nebraska, right? Okay. So that's, I'm just thinking like, man, that's crazy, because once you break down the numbers, right? So they're saying that the Lexington plant employs roughly 3,200 people in the city, which only contains 11,000 people.
That's crazy. That's a huge portion.
You feel me? You feel me though? So at the end of the day, right, that's a little under, about 25% of the pop though that's about to go unemployed, right? So, they also plan to cut to one of the two shifts at a plant in Amarillo, Texas, right? And eliminate 1,700 jobs there.
Y voy, cheche, bendiciones. Bendiciones, miren esto, cabrón, miren. ¿Tú sabes lo que es esto? Mira. ¿Sabes lo que es esto? Mira. Todo. Nos hemos quedado sin trabajo por culpa de Trump. Mira, todo. Tyson Foods en Lexington. Miren esto. Un pueblo que vivía de esta planta. Sin más acá y sin más allá, nos dan este papel, despido masivo. ¿Qué es esto? Miren para eso. ¿Cuántas familias se quedaron sin trabajo, sin sustento? ¿Ven? Este matadero, ahora...
The raw, unfiltered emotion from the residents of Lexington is gut-wrenching. Hearing someone say their town will become a ghost town, or a business owner fearing they'll have to close their doors because their customer base is disappearing. It's a powerful testament to the deep impact of this closure. The silence from Tyson amplifies the feeling of abandonment. It's a critical situation where the human element has been completely overlooked for financial gain.
Ya ustedes saben, a engrosar los logros del presidente de los Estados Unidos, Donald Trump. Para todos los que votaron por Donald Trump, me resigno el coño a la madre de todo el que votó por Donald Trump. Me resigno el coño a la madre de todo el que votó por Donald Trump. Me resigno a toda la madre de todo el que defiende a Donald Trump. ¿Ok? Pinga Donald Trump.
You have to go now. Yeah. That was one of the most chilling second and a half or 2 seconds I've ever experienced in any interview I've ever done.
Oh, no. It's something happened that day. I don't know what happened that day.
But whatever happened that day, was there a new Mike Tyson that came the next day?
No, I did some cocaine for a week. I had to get high. I had to get high. I couldn't handle it at all. You have to go. You understand, right? Thank you. Thank you, man. Want to take this stuff off?